Belgrade ATIS information Bravo at 1830 Zulu. Expect RNP approach meta report runway 30 left and use wind 310 degrees 6 knots. Time OK. Temperature 21. 2.14. QNH 1013. Transition level 110. Notices to airmen. Vacating runway 12 right 30 via taxiway Delta 5 without ATC approval is forbidden. Runway 12 left 30 closed. Advise controller on first contact if applicable to accept do not have 1230 and use SIM caution when taxiing to runway. It is mandatory to stop at category 3 holding points in all weather conditions. This was Belgrade ATIS information Bravo. This was Belgrade ATIS information Bravo. Belgrade ATIS information Bravo at 1830 Zulu. Expect RNP approach meta report runway 30 left and use wind 310 degrees 6 knots. Time OK. Temperature 21. 2.14. QNH 1013. Transition level 110. Notices to airmen. Vacating runway 12 right 30 via taxiway Delta 5 without ATC approval is forbidden. Runway 12 left 30 closed. Advise controller on first contact if applicable to accept do not have 1230 and use SIM caution when taxiing to runway. It is mandatory to stop at category 3 holding points in all weather conditions. This was Belgrade ATIS information Bravo. This was Belgrade ATIS information Bravo. Belgrade ATIS information Bravo at 1830 Zulu. Expect RNP approach meta report runway 30 left and use wind 310 degrees 6 knots. Time OK. Temperature 21. 2.14. QNH 1013. Transition level 110. Notices to airmen. Vacating runway 12 right 30 via taxiway Delta 5 without ATC approval is forbidden. Runway 12 left 30 closed. Advise controller on first contact if applicable to accept do not have 1230 and use SIM caution when taxiing to runway. It is mandatory to stop at category 3 holding points in all weather conditions. This was Belgrade ATIS information Bravo. This was Belgrade ATIS information Bravo. Belgrade ATIS information Bravo at 1830 Zulu. Expect RNP approach meta report runway 30 left and use wind 310 degrees 6 knots. Time OK. Temperature 21. 2.14. QN.
Very good day everybody, welcome to another video. I am your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko and I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight will take us on the VATSIM network. It will take us from the Nikola airport in Belgrade, Serbia, to Niš airport in also in Serbia. Not in Belgrade, obviously. It's about 1 hour and 15-minute flight. We're using the flight simware CESSNA 414AW, and we are parked here at the ramp at the airport. We just listened to Data's retarded little cousin, and we are hooked up here, as you can see, to the external power supply, so the ground power supply unit, I guess is what it's called, GPU. And as I said, we just heard the nice little Data's cousin. Yeah, somewhat little bit of a retarded cousin, but you know. Figured let's just go and have some fun. We're using real world time and real world weather. The system has been acting up a little bit in the flight sim lately, so hopefully it will all be okay. And it's been a while since I've flown on the VATSIM VATSIM network, and I'm in kind of a deep chill mode, so maybe we'll get the old flight, maybe we will not. Let's just see what's going to happen. So in terms of starting up the aircraft, we did not really do anything yet, just turn on some lights there. We got the overhead light here, and turn on some panel lights with this beautiful little button right there to make it all look nice. You can find your way in the dark. And then we have the anti-collision lights and the navigation lights on, and we got the avionics on as well. And we're obviously running on, we have the batteries enabled, but we are running on the ground power unit, which you can see hidden there behind the left wingtip. So we just filed the flight plan from Belgrade to Niš. Now let me quickly check here, because I do not believe we have a standard instrument of departure. I'm just checking here off the screen real quick. Well, it looks like it is actually the DPL 3 Romeo. No clue what it stands for. Out of runway 30 left. So what we could do is maybe just open up the beautiful Navigraph charts. No clue how long these guys are going to be staying online for. So we'll find out. Because basically I was just checking on the VATSIM, and so hey, Belgrade is online, so I figured, you know, let's just set up and see what we can do. So let's unload any previous flight that we had and choose import flight. And we import from SimBrief. Then we can have a look at the chart. So Belgrade to Niš. So we download that. It will be inserted here into the Navigraph. So we will be able to look at the chart here. Let's have a look. Topola 3 right, 3 Romeo, not right. We are for Romeo, it's not a runway designation. So for the Topola 3 Romeo departure, we will depart from runway 30 left. It looks like it is a RNAV departure. There you go, RNAV departure. So basically just waypoints on the GPS for us to follow to the Topola VOR right there. And from there, I guess, probably from there we do a direct. Topola direct to SOSEK, and then we have the SOSEK free hotel arrival at Niš. As I said, it's about a 1 hour 15 minute flight or so. Now I do not know what is actually our cruising altitude in the flight plan, so let me just check on that real quick. That should be 190. Let's just note this down. Yes, we might need it. Always handy to know flight level you are planning to fly at, and especially once you start talking about your intentions with real living human beings. You know what I mean. So a little trick that I found on the Navigraph website. In order, if I would now to minimize this, it's okay. But if I were to close this window and then open it up again, it will always reboot. Now if you use left control, or maybe the right also works, control N for November, basically you're toggling the window, but it is actually just to the background. So next time you open it up, it won't have to load again and freak out your simulator. Now let's have a look at the airport diagram. And then let's listen into Data's retarded cousin, because he was saying something about holding points, category 3 holding points. They are all mandatory to hold there in all weather conditions. And you are not allowed to cross runway something by Delta 5. I figured let's listen in there for a second. How do we switch again? I believe. There you go.
Test information Bravo at 1830 Zulu. Expect RNP approach meta report runway 30 left and use wind 310 degrees 6 knots. Tag OK. Temperature 21. 2.14. QNH1013. Transition level 110. Notices to airmen. Vacating runway 12 right 30 via taxiway Delta 5 without ATC approval is forbidden. Runway 12 left 30 closed. Advise controller on first contact if applicable to accept and not at 11230 and use in caution when taxiing to runway. It is mandatory to stop at category 3 holding points in all weather conditions. This was Belgrade. ATIS information Bravo. This was Belgrade. ATIS information Bravo.
Alright, so it's not too bad. Okay, so basically, well, it does not apply to us. It's vacating the runway via Delta 5 is not allowed unless you get explicit clearance for this from the ATC. In our case, we'll just be taxiing to be following, probably we're on hotel, let's see, Golf. So Golf, right onto Delta, or actually probably right onto Alpha. We follow Alpha probably to, well, it could be that they are asking us if Delta 6 would be okay for us to depart from. And we should in any case hold short at all the holding points anyway. So 30 left, 297 degrees, elevation 331. So we got some rough idea of what to expect. Let's actually have a look one more time at the name, because I'm forgetting of our departure. Topola 3 Romeo, so just write this down. Topola 3 Romeo. Just in case we need to talk about it, we won't look as stupid, so they won't know how stupid we really are. So we cannot put in a squawk code just yet. This will be assigned to us. And let me check now if the tower or anything is still on the line. The tower will be 118.1, and after that you get 123.775 for Belgrade Center. So let's first tune into 118.1.
Belgrade ATIS information. Approach meta report runway 30 left and use wind 310 degrees 6 knots.
And we transfer. Alright. So we got the flight plan here, runway 30 left. You could also have a look at what is our expected altitude when we depart here. 3 Topola, 3 right, 3 Romeo. Does it say, okay, so between 4,000, 6,000, 6,000 max there. We probably won't make that anyway. And 6,000 or above. Okay, so I believe probably the initial altitude for us is probably going to be 6,000 as a constraint. We could maybe just start by putting in 6,000, but let's remain sharp, because this might change any time, obviously, and especially once we get the clearance. So the GPS is the autopilot is pre-selected on GPS. Let's put the map up here, so it will follow the GPS once we are demanding to follow navigation. And all the rest we'll figure out along the way.
Radio check.
Now, one thing interesting that I was noticing is the manifold pressure. I'm not really sure how this works. I wonder if it has anything to do with the current outside air temperature.
Alright, Chancellor, about a teacher feeling departure 6,000 feet, scope 5227, and then anymore.
Column 990 Lima, just confirm defect 3 Sierra.
Sec 3 Sierra, Kalimantan.
Column 990, correction, column 990 Lima, clearance comes correctly.
So I downloaded from flightsim.io an upgrade to the Belgrade International Airport. It looks pretty nice, I must say.
Kalimantan, ready for some start.
Column 990 Lima, start the post, facing east approach, kilometer 013.
Facing east, kilometer 113, Kalimantan.
So we'll be requesting our IRFR clearance to Nish any moment now. And I believe we are parked at, well, let's say in the cargo area. In case they, well, my pen just stopped working, and it is a little bit disastrous. What good is a pen if it does not write? Then it is no longer a pen, you know what I mean. Let's see if there's another pen nearby. So while I go look for another pen, let's listen into Data's retarded little cousin one more time.
Zero closed. Advise controller on first contact if applicable to accept do not have 1 qual 30 and use SIM caution when taxiing to runway. It is mandatory to stop at category 3 holding points in all weather conditions. This was Belgrade. ATIS information Bravo. This was Belgrade. ATIS information Bravo. Belgrade. ATIS information Bravo at 1830 Zulu. Expect RMP approach meta report runway 30 left and use wind 310 degrees 6 knots. Time OK. Temperature 21. 2.14. QNH 1013. Transition level 110. Notices to airmen. Vacating runway 12 right 30 via taxiway Delta 5 without ATC approval is forbidden. Runway 12 left 30 closed. Advise controller on first contact.
Okay, so that was Data's retarded little cousin again. So we found a pen. So I guess we should just request our clearance here with the Belgrade Tower. And we can get this sucker off the ground. Belgrade Tower, good evening. Whiskey for a Papa 812. Requesting IFR clearance to Nish, type CESSNA 414 AW. We're parked at the cargo area.
Whiskey for Papa 812 Belgrade Tower, good evening. Information Charlie current, runway 30 left, Tango Papa Lima 3 Whiskey, 6000 feet, squawk 5204.
Runway 30 left, 6000 feet, squawk 5204, Whiskey Papa 812.
Whiskey Papa, correction, Whiskey 4 Papa 812, confirm departure at Tango Papa Lima 3 Whiskey.
Departure Tango Papa Lima, could you repeat?
Tango Papa Lima 3 Whiskey.
Tango Papa Lima 3 Delta?
Negative, Tango Papa Lima 3 Whiskey, Topala 3 Whiskey.
Stand by, please. Oh, looks like he's sending us on text. 3W, Tango Papa Lima 3W, 3 Whiskey. Oh, thank you so much. Tango Papa Lima 3 Whiskey departure for 812.
Whiskey 4 Papa 812, clearance, copy correct.
Okay, so we got a different type of departure here. The Tango Papa Lima. Oh, that is actually Topola. It is. Oh, that's it, Topola. So now it's calling it. Alright, no worries. Okay, so Topola 3 Whiskey. So it changed a little bit, but doesn't matter too much. So basically, we just do here, and we should also squawk 5204. Let's do that first. 5204. There you go. Let's have a look now at the Belgrade. We got the Tupol 3 Romeo. We change this, remove departure. There you go. Yeah, remove from the flight plan. And let's go Belgrade. Close procedure. Departure. Tango Papa Lima. 3 Whiskey. 11,000 feet, 1100 feet, Bravo Echo 403, Bravo Echo 406, and then onto the Tango Papa Lima VOR. Out of runway 30 left. So let's load this departure in. And we're now looking at the new departure. Let's quickly have a look at the flight plan here. So we can discard the previous departure, so maybe we can actually just enter in the new one. That's not going to be too interesting, too much difference, I assume. Did it do anything? Come back, man. So, 3 Whiskey, add to route. There we go. This is actually still the 3 Romeo. It's actually the same chart. Ah, okay, I see what I mean. So 3 Whiskey. So we, instead of going for the Bravo Echo 410, we just turn left immediately, which is perfectly fine. So we have a constraint of 6,000 feet. So we already put that in. Apologies. So. We already put in the 6,000 feet there. We have the route all loaded in. No, I'm not really sure if this has updated yet. Oh, I guess it has.
Mike Charlie,
Alright, let's get this thing going, so I think we should be able to start up soon. Let's quickly listen to the Charlie
Alpha Category 3 holding points in all weather conditions. This was Belgrade. ATIS information Charlie. This was Belgrade. ATIS information Charlie.
20 degrees,
Belgrade. ATIS
1013.
information Charlie at 1900 Zulu. Expect RNP approach meta report runway 30 left and use 1320 degrees.
Okay, so nothing too much changed there actually. So what we can do now is we dial in the next frequency, which will be 123775. 775, and let's enter it. We do not need it now, but it will be our handoff frequency after we take off. It will be Belgrade Center. Alright, so we got the GPS selected there. We are going to climb initially to 6,000 feet. Our flight level will be, or our cruising altitude will be flight level 190. So we could maybe dial that in here to pressurize the aircraft.
Tango Visa left, Kalamna Land Simon.
Alright. Over 190. C, clicks energy check. So we have fully loaded tanks, both left and right. A little bit overkill for a 1 hour and 15-minute flight, but you know, it's supposed to work out anyway. See, the alternators are out. Yeah, that's correct. Alright, so I guess we can request push and start. Belgrade Tower, Whiskey for Papa 812, request push and start.
Whiskey for Papa 812, I can only offer you startup clearance and taxi out.
Cleared for startup, Whiskey for Papa 812. Hey, this gentleman's voice is very friendly. It is, however, a little bit on the low side, so let me change that a little bit in the settings here, because I do not want to keep asking this guy to repeat himself. He's actually super friendly, so let's...
Victoria 27, start the pushback approach, QNH 1013.
Okay, so startup approved.
Calendar 900, contact Belgrade rate at 123 south.
125 G'day, Kalamna Land Simon.
Alright, so let's start to suckle up. So the batteries are already on. I guess we can disconnect the ground power now. Just standing here long enough. So ground power unit, you may go. Thank you very much. Let's get rid of this tablet now. Okay, so we got left and right alternators, and the magnetos are on. Put the fuel pumps on high. Let us not forget to select the fuel tanks actually. Probably missing some specific order here.
Whiskey for Papa 812, tower.
Whiskey for Papa 812, go ahead.
Whiskey for Papa 812, wind is 320 degrees, 5 knots. Would you like to depart via 1 to right?
Departure 1 to right is okay for Whiskey for Papa 812, thank you.
Whiskey for Papa 812, roger, stand by for coordination.
Standing by. Yes, we're getting 1 to right. We may have to... also the winds have changed. Okay, so we might get a different clearance. So maybe we should wait a little bit with starting up. Let's get rid of the sound here of the fuel pump before we go utterly insane. Let's also have a look at the weather. See what the simulator is saying. 320 at 5 knots. Not understanding. Let's have a look at the ATIS.
Whiskey for Papa 812, I have the clearance for you, advise that I need to recopy.
Sorry, Whiskey for Papa did not come.
Whiskey for Papa 812, I have re-clearance for you, advise when ready to copy.
Yes, we're ready to copy a new clearance, Whiskey for Papa 812.
Whiskey Papa 812, runway 1 to right, Tango Papa Lima, 3 golf, rest of clearance unchanged.
Runway 1 to right, Tango Papa Lima, we did not hear the other.
Tango Papa Lima, 3 golf.
3 golf, so 1 to right, Tango Papa Lima, 3 golf for Whiskey for Papa 812, thank you.
Whiskey Papa 812, re-clearance copies correctly.
Okay, cool. So 1 to right, Tango Papa Lima, 3 golf. Alright, so let's change it up again.
Mike Charlie 1, correction, Mike Charlie 27, I have also re-clearance for you for runway 1 to right.
Mike Charlie 27 is
That's pretty cool.
push back.
Nice and interactive.
Charlie 27, I already gave you pushback clearance. Advise when ready to copy clearance for runway 128.
So let's remove this departure from the flight plan. Load procedure, departure. Can we select the runway now? No, so departure was Tango Papa Lima 3 Golf. That's this one right here. Runway 12 left, but we should go runway 12
Charlie
to
27,
right.
I have a reclearance for you for runway 1 to right, instead 30 left. Advance when ready to copy.
Load departure.
I see with the 1 to right for departure, then you
A quick level look at that.
departure.
Alright, we could maybe also look here at the
Confirm the
GPS map.
Make Charlie 27
looks fine.
for runway 1 to
6,000
right,
feet.
it's shorter for your flight. 10 correction Victor Alpha Lima 3 Foxtrot, rest of the clearance unchanged.
Alright, so let's start it up then.
Victor Alpha Lima 3 Juliet.
We'll be departing from 12 left, which actually fine. It's a shorter taxi. Look, because that's actually, it's a look. It's right here, and we could probably just take this intersection right there. Let's prepare a little bit and actually have a look at the intersection name there. Just so we're not having to ask this guy to repeat himself over and over. So we're going to expect Golf, I believe, and might get Delta 3, or he will send us to Delta 1. We could maybe even request Delta 3 for departure. I mean, you know, we do not need a lot of runway with this one. So it's either going to be Golf, hold short Delta 3, or Golf, and then turn left, either on Foxtrot or Alpha to Delta 1 or Delta 2. Or at least we have some general concept of what to expect. So, finally, without further ado, let's start this sucker up now and get this thing up and flying. You do not want to sit on the batteries here for too long. Low voltage warning, there you go, you know, so. Okay, so we got mixture full. Let's also get the proper RPMs all the way forward and just break the throttle just a little bit. And let's start up engine number 2 to begin with there. So it looks like we got a running engine. Settle down back down to about I don't know, 1000 RPM or so. There you go. Okay, engine number 1. So we got engines, never bad. Let me turn up the volume overall here as well. And maybe a little more of the A to C. Let's turn on the taxi lights. Vital heat, stomach heat can go on, cabin heat, we can do this once we're airborne. We do not need flaps for takeoff for this one. And are we squawking Charlie yet? Looks like we are. Tower, Whiskey for Papa 812, ready to taxi 1 to right.
Whiskey Papa 812 via Golf, taxi to holding point 1 to right intersection Delta 3.
Via taxiway Golf to intersection Delta 3, Whiskey for Papa 812. Alright, so that's pretty straightforward.
Mike Charlie 27, ready to taxi.
Mike Charlie 27, taxi via Hotel and Alpha to holding point Delta 3, runway 1 to right.
Now let's have a look. Okay, so we follow the yellow brick road there.
Hotel Delta 3.
Look what this is saying.
That's how much Charlie 27.
Left hydrogen flow, right hydrogen flow. It's probably because we're on low idle there. There you go. Okay. Right, so let's test the brakes. They appear to be working. See if we can steer. Appears to be working as well. We're just going to completely disregard this human life form there. Just chop off its head. That's funny with Microsoft Flight Simulator, but you know, I do not want to diss it. It's a pretty fucking awesome simulator, man. But it does have some funny things, like the ground vehicles that are like kamikazes, just driving their cars over the runway. Just look at this beauty, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful aircraft. And there's the upgraded Nikola Tesla airport that I downloaded from flightsim.to. So that it actually looks like a real airport rather than, you know, the stock version that comes with the flight simulator. Aerodrome Nikola Tesla, Belgrade. There you go. Let's try to stay on the center line here. And let's not piss anyone off. I mean, we're doing a social flight after all, you know, on the network. So just need to remember to hold short at Delta 3. And copy the wind conditions. Not sure if they are the same in the simulator.
Whiskey Papa 812, runway 1 to right, clear for takeoff in 320 degrees, 5 minutes.
Clear for takeoff, runway 1 to right, Whiskey for Papa 812. Alright, so let's hold short real quick, just to only taxi the runway lights, the landing lights, there you go. Alright, let's get this sucker up and flying. I do like the night lighting, actually. They did a nice job. Looks really nice. Right, so we got takeoff clearance, so we're not going to do it on up.
Mike Charlie 27, line up and wait 1 to right.
Right, so let's have a look here. Vertical speed. Let's go for start with 700 feet per minute. We're squawking Charlie. I don't think there's anything else we should be doing, and otherwise we'll have to improvise. Okay. saturate, gear up.
Trader 123, stand by, goodbye.
123775. 123775, Whiskey for Papa 812. Thank you, good night, bye bye.
Good night to you, bye bye.
Let's first see if everything is under control here. So let's bring back the throttle there a little bit. Okay, so let's contact Belgrade Center. Belgrade Center, Whiskey for Papa 812, climbing through 140,000.
Whiskey for Papa 812, Belgrade Dorvesha, identified, climb flight level 190 unrestricted.
Climbing flight level 190, Whiskey for Papa 812, thank you. Alright, so we can fly straight to our cruising altitude, 190, no pussyfooting.
Good evening, Turkish 5. IT Papa, flight level 380, inbound public with Ticket 5 Papa, Belgrade, good evening, identified.
So, goodbye Belgrade. Let's turn off the taxi lights. You can also turn off the fuel pumps now. Let's have a look at the power settings. Maybe just a little less RPM, but not too much. And maybe we can also put on the prop sync. Not sure if this is a good time, but let's just do it anyway.
Belgrade radar, 4331, on flight level 350, inbound Nisa.
First 4331, Belgrade radar, good evening, identified. With 6 Quebec Hotel, descent flight level 200.
Descent flight level 200 is
Okay, check the
And with 6 Quebec Hotel, upland Rombuk, descent flight level 170.
T-Rex, can you say that again?
this is really loud, man.
With 6 Quebec Hotel, expect waypoint Rombuk at flight level 170. So level 170 at Rombuk.
170 at Roma, this is 6 Quebec Hotel.
Cool, let's make it nice and cozy in here. So transition level is 110. Oh, we still got a ways to go. Speed 170. Holding fairly steady, I guess. So let's check here. We're on autopilot. Flight directory is on, and the yaw damper is on. We're following a GPS, and also looks like that when we check the GPS map there. And we're climbing 700 feet per minute. That's also what the vertical speed indicator is telling us. So that all seems to be under control. We're still squawking flow of 5204. We have plenty of fuel.
Metro 27, Belgrade, good evening, identified turn right heading 26, immediately.
Let's have a look at Belgrade by night. I believe this is the city center, but it is a little bit hard to tell in the dark. But I guess we just crossed the water here, which you can see this dark line, if you will.
Metro 27, climb flight level 200.
Oops, excuse me. Alright. So we're on our way to Niš. No clue what to expect. I believe I've flown there maybe once.
Whiskey for Papa 812, proceed direct to SOSEK.
So look, direct what? Direct SOSEK, Whiskey for Papa 812.
Mike Charlie to 7, resume own navigation, direct the Webber and the heading was for traffic.
So we're going to SOSEK direct now.
Serbia 65 Lima, request descent.
Serbia 65 Lima, descend about level 200 initial.
Descent 200. Serbia 65 Lima.
Serbia 425, climb about level 300. Serbia 425, climb about level 300.
Flight level 300, Serbia 425.
So speed is dropping ever so slightly. So we could maybe decrease our rate of climb just a little bit. Let's go for 500 feet per minute.
Serbia 425, proceed direct to Vista. It is the initial approach bridge for RSC 301.
Direct Vista, Air Serbia 425.
So it's not going to be not going to be a very long flight. There will be no radar.
Trip information, Brett. Charlie.
There will be no radar in Niš.
Leave the cockpit and come with.
So maybe let's first
Go back to the topic.
have a look at the weather at Niš.
Descent flight level 170.
Descend flight level 170, Visa 6 for the console.
Zero 14, 3203 knots. We got runway 29er, so that seems to be okay. Runway 29er, do they actually have a ILS? And sometimes the lights might be off in the flight simulator, you know what I mean? So.
Belgrade radar Swiss 5808 flight level 350 inbound Nisa.
But 5508, Belgrade, good evening, and that's the flight.
We do have ILS, we're runway 29er.
Whiskey for Papa 812, follow SOSEK 3 Hotel, arrival. Expect ILS 2 runway 29er approach in Niš.
Whiskey for Papa 812, stand by please. It is the arrival.
Mike Charlie 27, you're not inbound in Belgrade, so please fly heading of 235 and when able proceed to Belgrade. Mike Charlie 27, interim 235 is direct heading to Belgrade, and once inbound to Belgrade, climb flight level 380.
Our speed is actually picking up now. So we could maybe also go a little more lean.
With their 6 Quebec Hotel, we may have taken the money to Unicom, one additional layback.
Money to Unicom, thanks. Visa 6 for the console.
Belgrade Center, Whiskey for Papa 812, that will be the SOSEK 3 hotel arrival for runway 29er, is that correct?
Okay, for Papa 8128, SOSEK 3 hotel, ILS 2 runway 29er, and when able proceed direct November, India 904.
November, India 904. November, India 904, Whiskey for Papa 812. Okay, so they're clearing us directly to November India 904. Let's have a look at that. This one right here, 6,500. Have a look at the chart.
Yes, Serbia 425, passing flight level 300.
Serbia 425,
November India 904.
descent, flight level 200.
Descent flight level 200, Serbia 45.
There you go. 6,500.
Serbia 65 Lima, continue descent 7,000 feet, QNH 1014. Max traveling to 7, climb flight level 380.
So let's just confirm before we do anything stupid. Belgrade Center, Whiskey for Papa 812, just to confirm, are we clear to November India 904 right now?
Whiskey for Papa 8128, direction over India 904.
Thank you, direct November India 904. Okay. So we click here the direct to button, and this will bring up this little window from which we can click the push button here, or the touch button I should say, for reactivate, and that will then amend our flight plan. So now in terms of cruising, we are obviously climbing to 190, but that might be a bit of overkill in this aircraft.
Level 2 Delta 4 negative 5257.
So we could maybe see if we are allowed to stay on 9,000 feet.
Level 2 Delta 4, thank you, identified.
Belgrade Center, Whiskey for Papa 812, requesting 9,000 feet for cruising.
Whiskey for Papa 812, confirm you like to level up at 9,000.
I did not understand a single word. Could you please repeat for Whiskey for Papa 812?
Whiskey 12, confirm you like to level off at 9,000 feet.
Let's just have a look here. Turn this guy up.
Whiskey for Papa 812, I did not understand your request. Would you like to level up at 9,000 feet, or was it something else?
Sorry, yes. We'd like to cruise at 9,000 feet until we reach November India 904, if that's okay.
Whiskey for Papa 812, roger, maintain 9,000 feet area QNH 1014.
1014, remaining 9,000 feet. Whiskey for Papa 812, thank you. Alright, so 1014.
Mike, travel 27, contact Arkady on frequency 130.4505.
Hold the altitude right here. And select 9,000 feet. So it might be that center is actually going to guide us all the way through.
Yes, sir, that's 85. We also see descent 4,000 feet.
So 9,000 feet and vertical speed and just descend a
Yes,
little
sir,
bit.
for 25 descent flight level 120. Expect RMP 30 left approach. Check information, Charlie.
Descent flight level 120 with information Charlie, approach runway 30 left.
Therefore, descent correct, RMP 30 left.
Alright, so let's have a look at the speed, because we should be, yes, we are descending, the speed is going a little bit crazy there. So let's try and keep that under control. Oh, that's nice.
Good evening, with 199 kilo information Charlie, clearance to London Campton, Taxi.
With 199 kilo. So that's good evening. With Lima India Romeo Alpha. We have Victor Alpha Lima 3 Foster departure. Question, somebody short sprint. With 199 kilo, sorry about that. Clear to Lima India Romeo Alpha. Victor Alpha Lima 3 Juliet departure. Runway 30 left. Climb initially 6,000 feet. Squawk 5274.
Clear to normal Victor Alpha Lima 3 Juliet.
Alright, so this guy, very friendly,
6,000, squawk 5.
but the microphone is picking up his entire room,
With 199 kilo, is that correct?
which makes it a little hard to understand
X5
sometimes.
Lima via Vistock, squid RMP 30 left approach, report to Salvage and final check.
You know, like when you're in church, you will understand the priest the best when you're right on top of his lips, you know what I mean. But maybe let's not go there. Although I'm actually talking about acoustics, but it's a crazy world. But fortunately there is also a lot of less crazy things in the world. Alright, so 9,000 feet, so we're holding 9,000 feet, so let's actually keep the speed like this for a bit, see how that's going to go. And then we will need to calculate when to start our descent. The first altitude constraint will be 6,500.
7,000 feet, unit expel, that's 1014.
Descent to 7,000 feet, QNH 1014, Air Serbia 425.
So we will not be flying straight to SOSEK anymore. We're actually flying straight to this one right here, November India 904, which has a restriction, 6,000, or a constraint if you will, 6,500 feet or above. Then November India 902, which is the same. And let's see
For Papa 812 will be shortly outside of my radar range, so radar service is terminated. And reports passing November India 904.
We are continuing 904. We go to Unicom.
With before Papa 812 negative, you stay with me on frequency. I'll be controlling you, but there is no radar where you are. So report when you're passing November India 904 for further instructions.
Okay, super. We will report when we reach November India 904. Thank you. That's pretty cool. So there's no radar, so he will not be able to see us on his radar anymore. So he's basically, but he did say that he is going to support us still. So that's pretty cool. So basically we just monitor, we tell him where we are, and he'll be like, well, good luck man, turn left, turn right, you know what I mean. So that's pretty nice. It makes it feel a little more immersive, you know. So after finishing up this rolling cigarette, which is a regular rolling cigarette, just because some people might wonder sometimes, you know, but it's still real fucking bad for you. we will have a look at the chart again, just so we know what to expect. So basically we are on our way to November India 904. We will report to Belgrade Center once we arrive there.
And the X5 Lima, Roger, wind 320 degrees 3 knots, runway 30.
Airport elevation 650. So this seems fairly high. 6,500, 6,500. You are not allowed below here. And then they're sending you to the airport, so you have to descend all of a sudden, like 6,200 feet or whatever. What was it? So let's have a look at the approach chart and see if this starts making a little bit more sense. So let's have a look. So the glide slope will start at 3,530 feet. Slalom 4,000.
With their 199er kilo, put back at center of cruise runway 30 left, QNH, Belgrade 1014.
Pushing start cruise, runway 30 left, QNH 1014.
My last decision altitude 950, decision height 302.
Yes, welcome back. Serbia 425,
Decision height
4,000 feet, this slope, cleared RMP 30 left, approach,
543. It's tested.
Descend to
that
4,000
works.
feet, Air Serbia 425.
So turn those voices down just a little bit. Map here and the flight plan here on the right side. Yeah, I guess we can start our descent to 6,500 and I do not believe we have to ask for clearance to do that. So let's just start by doing that, 6,500. Not that correct. $6,500, and then we do vertical speed, and let's just descend nice and slow. Okay, 400 feet per minute. And what does it say? We have 44 nautical miles. Peanuts. Okay, so we need some information that it might actually already be in the GPS, but let's look nonetheless. So we put in the what is it? The decision height, 302 feet above the ground. And ILS frequency is 109.3, and the runway heading is 284. So 109.3, 284. Let's actually swap these. Just double check. 109.3, and let's also put it in on this side. It does not appear to be picking up yet, but it's perfectly fine. And then the runway heading will be 284 degrees, so we can set it right here.
Was there 199 kilo, taxi flip runway 30 left by Golf and Alpha?
Holding point 30 left via Golf and Alpha, was there 199 kilo?
284.
Mr. 6 traveling welcome to Belgrade, base gate at the end, Delta 2.
7284, I guess. It should be close enough. The signal is not being picked up yet. But it will appear here shortly. We are at 8,000 feet. Our speed is under control. Might
Air Serbia 45 request 2000 feet.
be
45 years old for the
increasing.
approach, descend the valid procedure.
Air Serbia 45 on final approach, runway 30 left.
Mr. 45, roger, request the approach. Mr. 65 Lima, welcome to Belgrade.
There you go, DME.
Foxtrot taxi, stands Charlie 1. Turkish 5 Yankee Papa, monitor Unicom 1 to the LYBE. Swiss 4331, also Lima Airspace Unicom 1 to the LYBE.
So we're still 32 nautical miles out from the November India 904, but we are 26 nautical miles from the ILS. Which kind of makes sense. So
Belgrade 30 degrees 3 knots, runway 30 left, close 1.
Clear to land, runway 30 left, Air Serbia 45.
we're 1,000 feet from our set altitude. Our speed is still okay. Now I do want to look at that chart again, just to see how we are going to be descending. 4,000 feet at Jalom. Do we have Jalom on our flight plan? So we're on our way to 9004, 9002, 901, and then on our way to 9. So it looks like the Jalom is not in there. SOSEK 3 hotel is still the active one. And the moment we were picking up the DME signal, you can see that we also here have the runway identifier ILS glide slope runway 29er. So that's good stuff. That's precisely what we want. Now, as I said, there is a very good chance that the airport will not be illuminated. So it might be a very interesting approach. But you just never know in flight simulators. Sometimes when you're flying at night, the airport simply they keep all the lights off for some reason. I don't know why. And Niš is not too big of an airport, I assume. So well, we'll see, man. We'll see when we get there. We are now 24 nautical miles from November India 904. We're almost at 6,500. However, we should change the QNH. So, to do that, since this aircraft is only equipped, as far as I can tell, with the I'm not sure which one is it, and the barometric, but I get confused easily. Let's have a look. Runway 29 of no.
Was there 199 kilo behind the arriving Air Serbia Airbus, runway 30 left on up and climb?
Here it will tell you in hectopascal and inches, so 29901. That's just one digit away. It's actually still on at 29901. Oh, so that's fine. So we're holding now 6,500 feet. Speed is now slowly dropping, which is perfectly fine because we'll need to descend an additional, well, 2,500 feet, or let's say 3,000 feet to capture the glide slope. We're 19 nautical miles DME from our next waypoint, at which we should advise the controller of our position. Let's have a little look outside in the dark. Well, there's really nothing to see. Let's go back inside. So some people, when they're streaming, they tend to stream during the day. Even when it's night, they will change to day, just so you can see more. But I like the immersion actually.
Alpha Golf, clear to Ljubljana, Rabat to Mike, departure, runway 29er, climb initially pod level 120, squawk 5243.
So I guess what I'm doing is more for the hardcore fans, I guess. Which is me.
For you, Ljubljana, via the R1 to Mike departure, squawk 5243. And what was the rest, sorry?
That's the in-flight entertainment, 3.5 seconds. In case you missed it, rewind. Right, so still holding short, holding steady, 6,500. Speed is still okay, I like it. There goes our glide slope. We're near the airport there. There you go.
Kilo, wind 320 degrees signal, runway 30 left for takeoff. Yes, 3425, welcome to Belgrade, taxi stand Alpha 3 via Alpha and Golf.
Looks like we're having a little bit of turbulence.
Alpha 3 via Alpha and Golf, Serbia 45.
Swift 5508, monitor Unicom 1 to the LYBE.
Unicom 1 to the decimal 8, Swiss 550, bye bye, thank you.
So we're almost 10 nautical miles from November India 904. And let's double check now the restriction, so we will follow the flight plan. We are not to go below. Then we go to 901. From 901 we go straight to the airport. So I'm assuming that is where we start our descent to 3,500 something. So 901 is the one that we should keep in mind. It's this one right here. And in any case we can always check the glide slope there as well, obviously, but so the range should be increasing now because we overflew, if you will, we passed the airport there. So we are 6.5 nautical miles. Just in case, let's get pen and paper ready. In case this guy is going to throw some
Is there 1 at 9 kilo?
unexpected stuff
level 200 unrestricted.
in our direction. Speed is okay. Belgrade Center, Whiskey for Papa 812, we're 5 nautical miles from November India 904, 6,500 feet.
Okay, for Papa 812, Roger. Continue by the arrival and report inbound November India 901.
We'll continue the approach path. We will report when we're inbound on the India 901, Whiskey for Papa 812.
Whiskey for Papa 812, correct, and for future reference, even though you're not under radar control, you do not descend on your own, so you should have kept 9,000 feet until 904, and then I would have given you the descent, but for now, it doesn't matter.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. I was not aware. Vala, thank you.
Yep, no worries.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah, Mike Alpha Golf is ready for taxi.
Okay, so we learned something new.
Delta India Mike Alpha Golf for Roger. Taxi holding for runway 29er and report ready for departure.
So that's super friendly.
Holding for 29er will report when ready.
So it's not like lynching us, just saying, hey man, for future reference, you know, when there is no radar, but you're still under, you know, supervision, if you will. Please do not descend on your own, but wait for clearance or request it. So that's probably the whole point why this guy was actually requesting us to report our position. So that's interesting to know. Let's turn the sound back up a little bit again. Okay, so we're going to continue our initial approach.
With Air 199 Kilo, proceed direct Velu, Victor Echo Lima Uniform Golf, Quantum level 360.
So let's have another sip of the iced tea.
And Quantum level 360 with Air 199 Kilo.
Alright, so here comes the right turn to November India 901. So he's probably going to clear us to land, even though he cannot see us. So we could maybe reduce our speed just a little bit. And also for the landing, maybe let's turn on the fuel pumps and the taxi lights as well, so we are as visible as we can get. I think the prop settings are fine. Let's just reduce the thrust a little bit. Have a look at where we are. So 4.4 nautical miles from November India 901.
Delta India Mike Alpha Golf is ready for departure.
Delta India Mike Alpha Golf, wind 330 degrees 8 knots, runway 29er, clear for takeoff.
So we are
Report
18 nautical miles.
10,000 feet.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 29er and will report when passing 1,200 feet. Delta India Mike Alpha Golf.
Delta Alpha Golf, negative. Report passing 10,000 feet.
Belgrade Center, Whiskey for Papa 812, we're crossing November India 901.
Whiskey for Papa 812 via Whiskey question mark November India 901, cleared ILS Yankee runway 29er approach, report Guldev.
Cleared ILS approach to 9er, report what please?
Whiskey for Papa 812 Guldev, Golf Uniform Lima Delta Echo.
We'll report at Google Whiskey for Papa 812, thank you.
Delta Alpha Golf, confirm rolling.
So let's have a quick look here. It's Goulda, I think I said Goulda, but Sure. So like a true ADHD pilot, this is the timing that I decide to quickly try and roll a cigarette. It's a crucial part of the flight. What can I say? Dopamine party. Let's hope we don't mess up. Okay, so that's finished. Something's looking funny. Look at this. Oh, we messed up. Look at that. V-lock, and that is bad. So let's see if we can help ourselves out here a little bit. Just hope this guy cannot really see us on his radar, so hopefully we can get away with this. But it's not too nice. And then once we are established, maybe just go a little more extreme like this. Reduce speed a little bit and flap 1. Looks like we can see the airport actually, right there, so that would be good stuff. Now, I'm not sure if we have the Gulde on our map.
With their 1900 fuel leaving my airspace now, monitor Unicom 12 decimal A, bye-bye.
Unicom 122 decimal A, with their 199 kilo, bye-bye today.
Localizer, let's turn on navigation. We're still above the glide slope there. Let's zoom in a little bit. I have no clue where the... oh, there you go. Let's just improvise and go 180. So the localizer is armed, but it's for now still following the heading bug, probably until it captures the localizer. And I do not want to go any nearer, rather you know, just line up first, and hopefully this here will switch over to localizer. And we should probably descend as well. 3,500. Oops. Oh, a lot happening at once. Vertical speed. Let's go 1,000 feet per minute. And kill the power settings there for a little bit. I think we can take a right turn now.
Easy 8110, Belgrade radar, good evening, identified, proceed direct, go west.
Proceed direct, so that
Looks like the localizer has been captured now. Belgrade center at Gulde, Whiskey for Papa 812.
Okay, for Papa 812, roger. When the niche 330 degree face up, and 129 on plus 1.
129 on whiskey for Papa 812, thank you. Alright, man. Descending. Let's see. We should descend a little faster if you ask me, so let's just do that. Let's drop the gear as well. We are now 8 nautical miles out. Should still be fine. We are on the localizer, and let's arm the approach, the glide slope as well. The glide slope is not captured yet, because we're still above it.
Officers of station, radar is now closing. Monitor Unicom 122, that's the one. Have a good night, bye.
Laku noche, have a good night, thank you very much, bye.
Laku noche.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Good night.
Alright, guys. This looks like a funny approach. Because we should probably be on the localizer already, so, I mean on the glide slope, so what we will do, disengage the autopilot, and let's just go manual. Just line ourselves up there, so that it will look like an actual landing, rather than some kamikaze in between. And try to keep on descending, I guess. So something about the ILS seems off. Not really sure what that is, but I will look into that later. If this is our airport, at least, then it should be okay. Let's see if I can quickly multitask. I know, looks like that's going to be our airport. Flaps. Let's go flaps full now. Man, it's nice to see that the airport is lit. So this is Nish by night. So nice to see. My apologies. Bring down the power a little bit more. Not descend too fast here. Alright, welcome at Nish, everybody. Sorry for coughing in your ears. Flaps up. Let's find the center line. Sorry about that. Something in my throat got funky. Alright, so we're at Niš. Welcome at Niš airport, everybody. I have no clue where we are. Let's first just vacate the runway. And maybe in the meantime we can go to 122.8. It's a bit hard to see. Looks like this could be an intersection. Niš traffic or Niš ground with for Papa Echo 2 runway vacated. Niš traffic. Actually, Niš ground, I guess I should say. Alright, so we vacated the runway. Let's just hold short here. And let's have a quick look at the airport diagram. The axes there are interesting. Like we should be able to take a left turn and then just go to the airport, I guess. Let's see what is up ahead. I'm going to keep the landing lights on because the airport is not very well illuminated. Although we do see the blue lines there. You know, it's an unfamiliar area, so why not leave the landing lights on? So let's, while we're taxiing, get rid of the, well, if it wants to, there we go, the sound of the fuel pumps there. So that was good fun, man. It was nice to fly on the line. These guys were kind and forgiving and educational, constructive, which is always which are qualities that I can very much appreciate, and I guess anyone can relate. You know, it's always good to be constructive. You know. So that's some interesting things. So apparently we were not on his radar, but we were still under his control. So he basically said, "Hey man, don't descend on your own," you know. But the way he said it was very friendly, like for future reference. Just please know that, etc., etc. Alright, so let's have a look outside here. I have no clue where we are, so let's just pull up here. And I guess for today's flight, this should be fine. So we'll stop. Parking brake is set. So let's got the fuel, the engines, and the props go down as well, and the throttles go to idle. We do not need the avionics anymore, and the magnetos. What the hell is happening there, man? Get lost. I did not want you there. There you go. And let's also got the fuel tanks. Right, so this is basically as safe as you can get the aircraft. There's no fuel flow. Tanks are closed as well. And the alternators can be turned off as well. So they're basically just running on battery power now. Vital heat and the stallman heat can be turned off as well. So that's it. The temperature right now here is about 22 degrees centigrade. So that's it, everybody. You see anything outside? Not really. Just see some flashing lights. But we made it. We made it in one piece. I enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it too. thank you very much for checking. Hopefully you will fly with us one day again. And we will definitely be flying some other aircraft as well. This is one of my favorite aircraft at the moment. But I also recently purchased the Grand Duke. But we'll fly that sucker later. Once I feel like stumbling around on the aircraft on the channel. Alright, man. I'm your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. Thank you very much for flying. And everybody stay funky. Hopefully see each other sometime soon. Bye bye.